Stop right there. Why does Ryan look so different in real life than he does on our screens?
This is not the face of a romantic lead.
Why, even to his fellow actors, he is just something else.
He's one of the best of his generation, that's the simple truth.
All because he is actually not quite as simple as he may seem. He stopped acting for 4 years and basically fell off the face of the earth, but the acting break has now ended as Gosling appears on the Netflix production The Gray Man, where just for a few moments he once again showed off his perfect torso. Alongside the Gray Man, Ryan, who apparently got enough rest in his time off world, was offered the role of Ken. Yeah, the Ken. With no false modesty, the actor claims there is nobody who could portray this character better.
Yeah, well, I have that energy.
Even his partner, Eva Mendes, is thrilled about Ryan's hot comeback to the industry.
When I see the Gray Man, like that's who I want to spend my nights with, and Ken I want to spend my days with.
But this actually wasn't even the first long break in the actor's career. From 2001 to 2010, he also took some time off from creative works. I've been doing it too much. I've lost perspective on what I'm doing. According to Gosling, he takes breaks because he is wary of making viewers bored. He felt the same in 2011, when in just a year he appeared in 3 major movies at once.
I'm sick of myself.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't imagine how everyone else feels.
Another reason for him not to make movies is just that he has a variety of other interests that are vying for his attention. He literally can't just do the same thing all the time. Gosling has his own rock band called Dead Man's Bones, where he is the lead singer, the drum player, the bass guitarist, and the keyboardist. Maybe you already knew of his immense musical talent from the critical and commercial hit La La Land, where he performed all the piano parts himself. Among Ryan's collection of hobbies, you might be surprised to find cooking as one of them.
He's amazing in the kitchen. Amazing.
Gosling even once opened a Moroccan restaurant in Beverly Hills. In Hollywood, he began to be known as a jack of all trades. Before he started shooting for the film Drive, Gosling found an old car and completely rebuilt it from scratch to enjoy a ride with the breeze and, most importantly, comfort. Then, in the movie, he performed the majority of the risky stunts without the aid of any professional stuntmen. In Drive, Ryan utters only a few phrases. It does seem this is exactly when he is closest to the real him, a quiet introvert who never shows his emotions in public but fascinates us with his determination.
You really only have control of your life until a certain point.
However, Gosling has been known to go a bit overboard when it comes to being proactive, one time going so far as making him lose a role in The Lovely Bones. The actor decided to come up with his own interpretation of how his character should look, and for that he grew a beard and gained almost 65 pounds.
I was 150 pounds when he hired me, and I showed up on set 210 pounds. And we had a different idea of how the character should look.
This arrogant decision infuriated the director, Peter Jackson, so much that he flat out refused to work with him.
We just had wildly different ideas of what the film should be, and I want to be that.
Hey, if you like to deep dive into the personalities of celebrities, subscribe to our channel right now for more delicious content just like this. In 2014, Gosling tried his hand as a director with the fantasy film Lost River. Unfortunately, the viewers were rather indifferent about the movie, and critics called his directional debut uninspiring.
I kind of felt like, what's George Clooney's character in Ocean's 11? Whatever, Ocean.
There is still a possibility that Gosling will try to direct something else in the future, and he has been like that since his childhood. His type is often called a troubled kid. That's why he was always subjected to strict discipline. No excuses. He was compelled to work since his school years.
There was a basement filled with cellophane, and they encouraged me to go to school and see if I could sell it to my teachers or...
However, he entertained teachers not with his trading skills, but with his authentic performances. In first grade, little Ryan imagined himself a real hero and barged into classes.
And I thought I was Rambo, and I even thought my face felt like Sylvester Stallone's. and then I put a bunch of a bunch of steak knives in my Fisher-Price Houdini kit. I took it to school the next day and I threw them at all the kids at recess.
He actively participated in all of the school's drama and for that acquired the Trouble nickname. As a result, the parents resolved that their 10-year-old had to be homeschooled and adopted an even more strict religious upbringing technique.
I could only watch Bible movies and National Geographic movies.
Due to the isolation, Ryan had almost no friends up until he was 15, with his own uncle being his close-minded companion who also liked makeovers.
I walked into the room once and he was bedazzling a sequined white jumpsuit. And he said that he was going to be Elvis for a little while. So I became his head of security. My mother was a backup singer, and honestly, it was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen.
It was later discovered that Ryan had ADHD, and it was decided that his excessive energy simply needed to be directed into something. So his mom sent him to dance classes.
To the troop of a name, Ryan.
It was Elite Dance Studio.
And how old are you in this one?
Old enough to know better.
Who would have thought? Ryan Gosling. When he watches the footage today, his face gets red as a lobster. Apart from contemporary dance, he started attending ballet classes at 13. After his parents divorced and he stayed with his mom and sister, he decided to stretch his toes, accompanied by a bunch of girls. When Gosling grew, he took another try at ballet. The 7-year-old members of the class were confused about what that weird big kid was doing there. You're old. You're not good. I've seen you in movies and it's weird that you're here. It should be noted that the actor himself has said he feels like he is a woman 49% and considers himself an ultimate pro-feminist. I think women are better than men. They are stronger, more evolved. You can tell, especially when you have daughters and you see their early stages. They're just leaps and bounds beyond boys immediately. Ryan is raising 2 daughters, and by his own account, everything he does today is for them. He tries to keep his kids away from becoming public figures too early, where Gosling himself became famous at quite a young age. He was 12 when out of 17,000 competitors, he was chosen to join the Mickey Mouse Club.
I remember it was Christina Aguilera and then Britney performed, and I remember thinking, oh, okay, so they're like freakishly talented.
That's where Ryan struck up a close friendship with another Mickey Mouse alumni, Justin Timberlake.
We had to share a bathroom.
The 2 future stars lived in the same house, and Justin's mom became the official guardian for Ryan for 6 months in the US, while his birth mom stayed in Canada. Even at that long distance though, she always supported her wildly talented son.
Every time something like this happens, my mother calls every kid that used to beat me up. She's very proud, she's very excited for me.
She happily allowed her son to quit his studies in gymnasium and go conquer Hollywood when he was just 16.
I'm glad I did it when I was young, you know, because I didn't know. I think your brain doesn't fully form until you're 25.
Okay.
So I was 16 and I didn't know any better.
In a new place, among new people, everything worked for Ryan without a hitch.
You have to work hard in order to make yourself available to those opportunities, to be lucky.
The lucky new star started his acting career with secondary roles in teenage horrors. Later, he got the role of young Hercules, which he still calls one of his favorites.
I had a fake tan, leather pants, was fighting imaginary monsters. They weren't really there, but I was acting like they were there.
He would then go through a set of pretty weird characters. A fanatic, a psychopath, a man who had fallen in love with an inflatable doll. His first Oscar nomination came for the role of a drug addict in Half Nelson, and even though he has still not received an actual Oscar, his name does often pop up at other movie award shows.
Ryan Gosling. La La.
Gosling has repeatedly appeared on the red carpet together with his mom. That's a token of gratitude for her immense trust in his success. Once at a party, she went a little overboard with her hair volume, but her thoughtful son resolved the situation. He asked Meryl Streep herself to encourage his mom.
I said in a commercial break, would you mind just telling my mom you like her hair, you know?
Maybe the secret why Ryan gets along with women so easily is that he grew up surrounded by them. From a young age, people could tell he was going to be a real charmer.
Let's just get married. You want it?
Still, he was never aiming to score every girl. For instance, he established a strong bond of friendship with Emma Stone, who he worked together on at least 3 movies.
We're very close, and we rehearsed for 3 months and shot for 2 months, so we spent, you know, almost half a year together, which was really fun. Hey, Ryan. Ryan. Let's just forget it.
The complete opposite happened between him and Rachel McAdams, though.
I mean, I was pretty sure he was going to be a gentleman, and you never know, but...
During the shooting of one of the most loved romantic movies of all time, The Notebook, these two utterly hated each other. Gosling believed the actress did not deserve to play the leading role, even demanding his young partner be replaced.
It's like a dream.
Do you want to feed him?
After the shooting process was over, however, they fell in love and dated for several years. Gosling also had an affair with Sandra Bullock, who is nearly 20 years older than him. In the end, though, he bound his life to Eva Mendes, who he first saw on the shooting set of The Place Beyond the Pines.
Something really crazy happened was I met Ryan Gosling, and I fell in love with Ryan Gosling, and then I was like, oh, right. I want your babies.
Mendes gave up her acting career for the sake of their daughter's upbringing. Eva and Ryan never walked down the aisle, though, because the actor believes all those official ceremonies have no real meaning anyway. The superstar's civil spouses don't even want their lives on display. They don't post joint photos on Instagram and don't even tell their kids what dad really does for a living.
I think they think I'm an astronaut.
Gosling is very reserved when he talks about his family, but it's always heartwarming.
The girl-to-boy ratio in your house is now 3 to 1.
Yes,
How's that going?
it's heaven. It's like walking through a field of flowers every day.
Well,
I
congratulations.
live with angels.
It's hard to believe this good-looking guy has never been caught in any affairs or scandals. He really just gives off the vibe of a total family guy. It is worth remembering his winning speech at the Golden Globes, which he dedicated to his beloved Eva.
While I was singing and dancing and playing piano, my lady was raising our daughter, pregnant with our second, and trying to help her brother fight his battle with cancer. Sweetheart, thank you.
She often even accompanies her husband to the set, maybe to keep other women from literally flinging themselves at him.
Ryan Gosling just asked me, where should I look? And I said, just look at me. I waited my whole life to say that to you. Just look at me, Ryan.
Gosling actually has a secret behind his attractiveness. First of all, he keeps his calm wherever he is. Even when his fans are raging, he keeps his emotions sealed.
I'm trying to get good. I'm trying to get brother.
Secondly, he never jabbers away during the conversation. On the contrary, he closely watches every word he pronounces. Plus, he is always immaculately dressed.
People talk about how handsome you are all the time.
A nicely pressed suit and shoes polished to shine, definitely his thing.
I feel a little self-conscious about it.
Now why?
Well, because I already wore it once.
Whenever there is something wrong with his looks, he actually does get nervous.
I didn't try the suit on before I came out. And I realized that it's so tight.
Advertisers love to work with Gosling because of his spotless reputation. Merchandise depicting his image is always top selling. Perhaps you remember the frenzied demand for the leggings with the actor's face on them?
I need to take a good look at my life choices, I think that.
Gosling is a walking meme. It all started in 2008 when his dedicated fans took his picture, wrote "Hey Girl" on it, and continued to make up passages on any romantic topic. The idea took over the world.
Hey girl.
The meme went so viral that it was used in the promotional campaigns for both of his films, Drive and Gangster Squad.
I never said it. But now, when I walk on the street, people just yell, "Hey girl" at me.
This video has also become a classic.
Hagen took my wife and slept with her.
Since 2013, a user named Ryan McHenry kept posting short videos of his favorite actor refusing to eat cereal from a spoon. Sadly, McHenry died of cancer 2 years later. And what did Ryan Gosling do? To honor this devoted fan, he created a Vine account of his own and filmed a video of himself finally eating the cereal. Gosling became a meme again in 2022. Everyone on the internet lost their minds when they saw the 42-year-old actor showing off glam makeup and a fake tan that he acquired for his flashy new role as Ken.
I can't wait for people to see the film. It's not what you expect. That's all I can say.
Only Many of you haters would argue that he did not do justice to playing Barbie's fiancé. Indeed, to win over millions of hearts, Ryan only needs his signature stare. As we can see, he is silently making big moves, whether in his personal or work life. The quality is always much more important for him than money, so unlike some of his fellow actors, he does have quite a short filmography, but at the same time, it is very diverse. In your opinion, what are some roles this handsome star is still missing? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.